Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to November. As you can see by the little thumbnail, we are headed toward the holidays. So we're going to do things a little bit differently this month, but I think you're going to love it, and I'm excited that you're along for the ride. Let's take a look at my Facebook page. So on here is where I always post all of the cards that I make, and a little more interactive. I'll definitely be asking you some of your holiday traditions and things you do on Facebook as we go throughout the month of November and December. This is my demonstrator page, and on here you can order at any time. And of course, hello, my friends. You can always ask me and I can help you put an order together. So if you're like, oh, what did you use there? Or how did you do those things? I will gladly help you do that. So feel free to ask me questions. Now, I will tell you that this month is a little different. Normally, if you catch any of my videos, it's a monthly theme that I do. And I use the same sets of stamps, the same stamp pads, and then I show you different ways to use them. But as we're headed toward the holidays, I'm going to show you some different ways that you can get some Thanksgiving things ready, some Christmas cards ready, some Christmas gifts ready, and so it won't be a theme necessarily. I'll be using different products, but you can always ask me, you can always personally message me, and I will help you to figure out what's going to work best for you. So I'm trying to show you different parameters of things that you can use that are super simple and very cost effective. And then there are times, and I myself love to do this, where I want to do a project and I want to use all the things and I want to have all the different things that I use, and so I'll help you to put something together that works with your budget and works with your time. Okay, so today I have introduced this before, but I just want to go over it on the pages that it's at. So I'm actually in the annual catalog today, and I'm 155. You have Memories and More, World of Good. So if you got any of my October Old World Vintage, everything was very steampunky, and I did use this set, and I actually showed you how to make a gift. I made a gift from it as well. But I want to show you how to make some Thanksgiving cards out of this. I think it's super, super fun. We also have flowers for every season, and then there's another video this week coming out called Wonder of the Season, and it's Christmas cards. So this week I will teach you how to make Thanksgiving cards out of a Memories and More pack, and then watch for another video that I'll teach how to make Christmas cards out of that same pack. Oh, and then I'm using Precut cards and envelopes. They have this assorted set here. They have Flowers for Every Season set, and the set that I'm using today are the white note cards and envelopes. They are 5 by 3.5. It will say right there on my little notebook, and so I'm using a set of those today. So those have matching cards and envelopes, which is super, super great. So excuse my voice. I have a sinus infection and a bit of an ear infection, I'm sorry to say. So I'm doing okay, but I'm a little slow. So forgive me if I'm a little sluggish. I feel not great, but it will all be fine. I just need to rest and take my medicine. Okay, so this is a magic box, but I'm not going to try to sing it because my voice sounds horrible today. So no singing today. So I'm going to be using actually the same stamp pads that I used in October. I'm going to use Early Espresso, Mary Merlot, Cinnamon Cider, and Blackberry Bliss. Now, I will give you a caveat. You can make cards. I'm going to show you that today, and you don't even have to stamp. The stamp set that I'm using is the World of Good stamp set, and it actually, or sorry, Beautiful World. I put World of Good. I apologize. It's the World of Good Suite. The actual stamp set's called Beautiful World. I do apologize for that. And the Memories and More pack is called World of Good. So forgive me, I got a little carried away with the World of Good going on there. So magic box empty. Oh, that was horrible. I'm super sorry. That was that was very scary. Okay, and I am of course going to have dimensionals because I love dimensionals. I think dimensionals are super, super great. So I've talked to you about Memories and More packs before, but I'm going to kind of go over it again so that you can kind of understand the beauty. I think that they can get overlooked. They're in the back of the envelope. There are other places where you see them being used, but I don't think people really understand how grand they are. So you always get stickers. Now, of course, I've used some because I did stuff in October with these too. But look at these gorgeous stickers with the different words and the different compass and the world. Super, super cool. And so then what a Memories and More pack is that you get I think it's 48 cards. So you get 24 3x4 cards, and they are two-sided, so two different options to use. Okay, so you got a whole pile of those, and then you have 24 big cards. Now, what happens is a lot of times people will enjoy using these for scrapbooking, which is perfect. They're perfect for scrapbooking, but I think they make stellar cards as well. And I think that if you're someone who's like, you know, I just don't necessarily want to buy a lot of supplies, or maybe I don't even have a lot of supplies and I just want to be able to do something that's beautiful, that's going to have a really classy look to it, but I don't necessarily have the money to have a whole bunch of stuff. I really think you should check out the Memories and More packs. I think that they're really, really wonderful, and I think the cards that you can make are really stellar without a lot of effort. Okay, so what I'm going to do today that I wanted to show you, so I had already attached a few pieces because I didn't want you to have to watch me cut everything. But so what I started with, I'll show you this one first. So what I started with is that I took a piece of this. Okay, these are 4 by 6, and I cut it down. This card is 5 by 3.5, so I cut it slightly smaller than 5, slightly smaller than 3.5, so it would basically fit on the front. Now look how beautiful that is. Okay, so let's take that one, and we'll just do a couple cards today. That I just want to show you what you can do. So let's say you don't want to stamp. Let's say that what you want is to be able to take the Memories and More pack you have, and you don't necessarily want to have to do stamping with it. That's okay. That allows you to do that. So in this one, you could write thank you. That's what I would do, because we're talking about Thanksgiving cards. We're talking about being thankful for people and situations in our lives, and so that's what I would do. So I'm going to take a sticker, perhaps. We're going to start using our stickers, okay, and we'll go along the side with our sticker there. Maybe even doing, so this is just play. So the beauty of these Memories and More cards, in my opinion, is that it all becomes play, that you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do, you don't have to follow any rules. You just go, oh, okay, I like that there, and oh, I would use that there, and that's super, super cool. So in this case, if you did not want to do any stamping, which is totally fine, you're seeing me just do something really random and fun here. We're just kind of playing with what we have going on. There again, there's no right or wrong. You're just kind of like playing around with what you have, which I love all these stickers. I think the stickers are super, super cool. So now I do have my scissors here because my one sticker went over the side a little bit. I think that looks really cool. And then I should have a pin over here. Hopefully it works. Okay, so then you could write thank you. Very pretty on there. And then on this, you could do another world, maybe another world sticker on there. I like that. Could do with much love. With much love. And there you go. You have a beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving card. And then, of course, you could write more in there. Now, Thanksgiving for us this year is going to look very different. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. We generally have about 30 people in our home at Thanksgiving time, which I love to do. However, this time, I think that it's probably not wise for us to have that many people in our home. So we are just going to do immediate family, which takes us down to 8. because unfortunately my sister and her husband and Julian can't be here, or they would be a part of that as well. But what we will do is just smaller this year. And so sometimes I think that's hard to figure out how to make that work when it's smaller. But I think that it can work, and I think that we just have to think outside of the box. So, my son's girlfriend, we got to talking about like what we want to do, because we normally obviously do like a big turkey and all the trimmings. We have like tons and tons of food, and yeah, just tons of everything, to be perfectly honest. And we're not gonna have that, and so trying to figure out how does that look. She was really good to just say, you know what, maybe it'll be fun smaller. And I think you kind of have to have that attitude. Now I'm going to show you how to stamp with that stamp set, just to give it a little bit more pop inside. Again, you do not have to do any of this, but this is just giving you maybe a little extra oomph. So we're going to take that world, which I love, and we're going to take the little compass, which I think is fun. So if you caught my videos in October, everything was very steampunky. So I kind of really went very, very different. Fun, different, but definitely different. It's just very a whole different eclectic look. But I think this kind of calls for it. I think this, like, this whole set, this whole piece, I think kind of calls for it. I really like it. So I'm going to clean the world off as well, and then do the feather. Now here's what I do, so I'll just share with you. So this first one, I kind of figure out the colors, and I kind of figure out the look of what I'm doing, and then when I do the others, I do it all at one time. So I'll show you what I mean. So like once I like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love that. Love that feather, and I love the world. I think that has like a really cool look to it. Then the other cards that I have sitting over here will get the same treatment, if that makes sense, because I don't want to have to keep cleaning, and I don't want to have to keep pulling it off. I don't want to have to keep making it different, so I will do it myself. So I love how like I put the feather on the card. You totally can do that. Totally simple and easy. I think this feather is really beautiful, actually. I like that feather. So this is me just kind of taking, so I took paper from the Memories of More pack, and I cut it in like I did little strips, but then this is just a piece of the Memories of More pack. I didn't cut it, it's just there. Same thing with these. So the strips I thought looked really cool on there, just to do something a little bit different, to kind of give it a different look. But then this one, I cut the 4x6 paper down to size so that that would go on the front of my card, which I thought that was I thought that had a really cool look to it. And I think the nice thing is that you could have these as little place settings. You could have names on here for the people to sit around your table. Or in the case of what I would like to do, then you could send these to your family that you're not gathering with. So the hard thing for me is that if we're not going to gather at Thanksgiving, which we're not, it's a wise idea, the same 30 people would gather a month later, just at a different house, which is about the same size as our home. And so that same 30 people gathering didn't make a whole lot of sense. And my daughter was very kind about it, but she was just like, Mom, I don't really think it's a good idea. The hard thing for me in that, whether or not, like, knowing that's not a good idea, but it's family, it's holidays, it's what we do. You know, you kind of get into that groove of thinking, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, but at the same time, we need to show a little wisdom here. And yeah, maybe it just looks different this year. And so just trying to get my head around the fact that it's going to look different and that is going to be okay. And that different doesn't have to be bad, just different is different. And then how do you make it okay? Well, I think part of that is our attitude. Like, however we're going to approach this, like, if we're going to approach it that, oh, this is going to be horrible because it's different, then it will be horrible because it's different. Or if we approach it and say, well, what can we do different in this time and still have it be beautiful and make different memories, new ways to do things. So that's what I'm trying to come up with. And do it across the miles. So I'm hoping, oh, I already did that one, so I got a little carried away with me. Got a little carried away as I was stamping along there. I'm hoping that I will be able to like do a silly sweater contest and just take pictures. So that's something I've been thinking about. Like, I think it'd be super fun for us to continue to do the silly Christmas sweater. But we're just like, we would take pictures or we would talk on Zoom possibly. We don't really, we don't have internet here, so it makes it, Zoom's a little tough actually. Zoom doesn't work very well in our house. But we could still take pictures and snap photos and be silly. And so just trying to figure out how we're gonna, how we're gonna make it work this year, because it's gonna be different, but I think it'll end up being good if we choose to make it good, right? That kind of makes sense if we choose to do that. So you see what I'm doing, like what I say that I'm doing a grouping, then I go along, and once I figured out how, what color I was stamping in, I stamped it all that same color. So I didn't change the color out, if that makes sense. And then, so then I'm going to, let me do my envelopes real quick. So I actually forgot I had those sitting there. So we'll go back. Oh, missed one. Hiding. Hiding away in the pile that I thought was an envelope, but it is not. So we'll go ahead and do this. And where I've got the world there, I think that world would be really pretty on all my envelopes. I think that would be super cool. So I think I'll just do the world on my envelopes. You don't have to do all of the images. I do like having something on the envelope though. I think it looks nice. So we'll do that. So this is me with the assembly line idea. So this is literally what I do with pretty much most of my cards, but come up with an idea and then I decide I want to make a grouping of cards, whatever that grouping may be. Then I would sit down and I would come up with my idea and come up with my colors, and then I would do what I'm doing right here, where I would just like stamp all the things at one time, so I wasn't continually cleaning my stamps off. I think that that's very, very helpful when you don't have to do that. Now that might not be for everybody, so if that doesn't work for you, that is super fine. You can find your own voice and what works for you. That does tend to work for me. I actually really like to be able to do that. Since I missed that, I gotta go back and get my feather because I didn't actually realize I had another card sitting there, so I do apologize. I thought I was all done, but alas, I had a random card. That was not where it was supposed to be. Okay, so now that that is cleaned off, those can go to the wayside. I will do my one more little guy here. And then we're going to put cards together, which makes it super, super fun. So I think this just makes it, again, this is just kind of like my way that I do things. But if it doesn't work for you, then don't do it that way. You can figure out what works for you and be like, okay, this is what I like to do. Okay, so I like, I just love this saying, you make the world a better place. Since I'm thinking about thank you cards, I'd like to tell people that I think that that's like a really good idea to be able to, you know, reach out to people and tell them, especially in the world that we're in today, where I realize that sometimes I think for me, this isn't for everybody. You got to turn off the news, because I think like you watch the news and you're like, oh my gosh, everything is awful and everybody's angry and things are bad. But there's really good people in the world too. There's a lot of good people in the world, and I think people are working to make the world a better place. And so that's kind of what I live on, is that sometimes I got to turn off the news, because I'm like, oh, good gravy, everything seems so bad, and get some perspective. For me, that's just for me. Okay, so I like that you make the world a better place, and I think that's a great thank you card. I think that's a lovely thank you card. And again, these are small enough that I was actually thinking that these would be really cool for like a place setting. Like, you know, if you wanted to put someone's name, like write really pretty, like someone's name for like your tablescape or whatever when you're sitting it down. Oh, that would be really nice, actually. So then, you know what I'm going to tell you. Use your Stamparatus. Yeah, I don't mind that that falls there. I mean, obviously on this one, like I'm going to put my card in the same place, but I also did my images differently. So if I had to move my card a little bit, I totally could do that, and it wouldn't harm anything at all. I think... So this one says you make the world a better place, so I'm actually going to do a different wording for that one. I have another one for that one. But this one, we can do the you make the world a better place on there. Super, super easy. So this Memories and More, the idea behind it is that you have all these beautiful cards to choose from, and you have these beautiful stickers and these beautiful pieces, and so it makes it really, in my opinion, I think it makes it really, really simple to do something really beautiful and different with your card making, and you don't have to have a lot of supplies. Now, I do love the stamp set. I think that it adds a little bit to have the stamp set on there, but again, you don't have to have the stamp set, and it would work just fine. And you don't have to use the 4 different colors that I use either. I mean, you could keep it simple that way too, by, you know, by not having all the different colors and stuff. You wouldn't have to do that either. So there are ways that you can get around it where you're not necessarily having to put a lot of money into it, because I understand that budgets can be tight, and we definitely have felt that in this time of COVID. My husband has had 9 weeks of furlough. I was going to say 7, but he had 2 more. So we definitely understand that, oh, the money's not there. Unfortunately, I do understand that. So, okay, so we did that. So then we've got our words. So now let's put our cards together. Let's do something cutesy with these cards. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side because we're going to just have some fun and put our cards together. So this piece here, I have dimensionals on the back, and I think that it will pop up very nicely with the dimensionals on the back. You make the world a better place. Super simple. You don't even have to do anything else with that, but if you wanted to add a sticker, I love these little pop-up pieces. You could add a little sticker. Boom, you have this beautiful Thanksgiving card, and you have matching envelopes that go along with it, and you're like, ta-da, done. Okay, so this one, let's see. So this one, I like this back piece, but I was trying to decide with my cards I got over here, which are numerous cards. Then what I would do is put another card on top of it. So again, you don't have to stamp. Oh, I love that one. Let's do that one. So then let's put this card on top of it. So we'll do our dimensionals over here. Love it. Do you see how simple this is? I hope that you give the Memories and More a try. I really do think that they can be overlooked. I think that maybe people don't really know what they are, or if you're someone who is not a scrapbooker, which I understand. If you're not a scrapbooker, you're like, yeah, I don't really think those are for me. I'm not like super excited about those. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And in this one, we're going to stamp that little word on there. the thank you for being part of mine. I love that. I love thank you for being part of mine, because you're thanking people for being a part of this journey that you're going on. And then we'll put another little sticker there. Look how simple this is, you guys. This is so, so simple. I think that you will be pleasantly surprised with the memories and more about the versatility of them, and how many things you can do with them. I do hope you go back and check October, and if you go onto my Facebook page, you will see what I created for our anniversary, that I put together a piece with these, with memories and more. I made little cards, but then actually made a picture out of the cards, and so that was super cool. So there's lots of things that you can do other than just making cards. If maybe cards isn't your thing, there's lots of different ways that you can create and have fun with these sets. So I like having the stuff stamped in the background. I think that that's really cool. Like, look how pretty that is with the stuff underneath it. And then you make the world a better place. I love that. Let's do this on this one. So again, I'm just adding stickers just for fun. I mean, you know, you have this kit, you might as well do it. You might as well have fun with it, because that's what it's there for, in my opinion. I've gotten much better about not hoarding my stuff, because I can tend to be like, oh, I got this and I love it, but then I don't use it as much as I should, because I think it's so pretty. So I that doesn't even make sense. When I say it out loud, it makes zero sense. I'm like, oh, why in the world am I hoarding my stuff? But look at that. You make the world a better place. I love that. And we want to use that word again on that one. Thank you for being part of mine. I think that's beautiful. And let's give this another little piece there. These are gorgeous. But look how simple they are. This is just you taking your pieces that you get out of the kit and making something really gorgeous with them. Oh, I like the reach for the stars. That's very pretty. Let's do that one on there. Okay, so again, there is no rhyme or reason. You know what? I think I'm going to do it on the opposite side, and I'll put a world on there. I'll use that world sticker on there. There's never a right or wrong in how you approach your card making. I just want you to find your own voice. But I also want to help you if you, you know, need to stay within a budget, or you want to do something that is a little more simplistic, that doesn't have as much stuff that you have to take care of. I want to help you be able to do that too. I think that that's super nice to be able to do that. Oh, look at that. That's very pretty. Love it. Okay, and then let's do a little gold piece over here to the side. Look how cool that is. I love it. Okay, so again, no right or wrong. You're just putting cards together, but you're using the kit, which I think makes it super simple. And then you've got the gorgeous thing inside. Ta-da! You get the picture, right? Did I make them all? Oh, nope, got this guy. Let's see. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Oh, I like that saying, for certain. Let's do that one on there. Okay, we got that going on. You see that I'm using the very edges. You know I do not like to waste. I like to use absolutely everything. So I like to even use the edges of my dimensionals, because they all work. So I certainly do not like to waste my dimensionals. Oh, that is really gorgeous. I love that. That is so pretty. And I think then we'll do a blue feather up here. Oh, that didn't quite come off right with my sticker. Good thing I got glue sitting here. I don't know why my sticker didn't peel off quite right. No worries. We'll use glue. We'll use glue. Okay, so you see how we put those together, and it was really, really super easy, wasn't it? It was like really super fun. Oh, I got one more here. I don't know why I keep like leaving this poor card out. Like I'm like, too bad. Oh, that needs trimmed down a little bit even. All right, no worries. Let me trim that down. Go over here to my cutter over on the side. So I do apologize. Got a little cutter on the side. We'll go here. Okay, and then we'll do the reach for the stars, which I talked about using earlier, but I didn't use it. So we will use the reach for the stars. We've got a little bit left on this set of dimensionals. So we'll put that down. We'll go over here to this corner with dimensionals. So in the comments below or on Facebook, because I will certainly be asking you guys this week, I'd love to know what your traditions are. And if you're going to have to stretch yourself as well this year to do something different, what do you think that that's going to be? Or how do you think that you will make it look different but still be positive? Oh, no, that's unfortunate. So, happy accident. Boom, we'll add another world. You'll never know that that was there. And that is how I handle happy accidents. Okay, and then we do the thing there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we just did 8 cards in 30 minutes. How about that? By just using a few stamps and our memories and more cards. That's super, super fun. So I've got the whole plethora of cards here, but of course you know that if you go to my Facebook page that I will show them in detail. I will show you the cards. Look how great those are. I'll show you them up close so you'll be able to see all the different cards. Okay, let's go to the front screen. So I hope you enjoyed headed into the holidays, because that's what we're doing. We're headed into the holidays as we start November. So this week you will have 2 videos. Memories and More Thanksgiving that I did today, and then watch for Memories and More for Christmas as well this week. And then the whole month of November I'll be showing you some Christmas cards, but also some Christmas gifting ideas as well. So I'm super, super excited to head into the holidays with you, and I would love to hear about the traditions you have in your family and the things that you're looking forward to, even if they're different this year, because we can be the voice that goes and makes the world a better place. So let's make sure that we do that as we head into the holidays. And so until I see you next week, my friends, I bid you adieu.